So I'm getting sick here. I pop a Dramamine for motion sickness, but it's Yom Kippur. I'm on an empty stomach.
It's the muscles you don't use. That's what Miles Davis said. See, I'm not using anything up here.
McDonald's, can I help you?
I ate a McGriddle and now I'm having problems with my ass.
It is, it's as I remember it.
All right, guys.
Hey.
You like that intro or what?
Good evening.
Well, I kind of forged or slaved over that all day, really.
It's great.
Love it.
Did you guys like that?
I did. It taught me more about Vulf.
Really, did it?
Yeah.
Did you not know all those kind of ins and outs?
No, I didn't get all the ends.
What was your favorite part of that intro?
McGriddle.
Yeah.
The McGriddle and his A.
And his ass. And his mushy voice.
Part I keep going back to.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. This is the Conscious Club Podcast, Episode 1. Episode 1, I'm here with my co-host, Tori Nelson. Hi, Tori.
Hi.
And we have a special guest today. He is an entrepreneur. He is he's a man of many things. And I like to, we grew up together. And he's, I'm blessed to call him a friend and a fellow Vulfpeckian.
Even though he's not even in the Vulfpeck anymore.
We'll get to that.
Get to that. This is Daniel Johnson.
Hey, thanks for having me, and right back at you. Those were wonderful words, and they're all reciprocated.
Thanks. You guys might be wondering why the hell we're doing this at all. And yeah, I had to answer that question for myself earlier today. Now, may I read my mission statement that I wrote, maybe?
I think that's a great idea.
All right.
Bless us.
All right. So maybe our mission is to, contribute, encourage, and create discussions surrounding the creative ecosystem that we know as Vulfpeck, as well as the artists that they featured and work with. Not to mention diving into the ever-notorious Vulfpeck Facebook group. We felt that this just needed to happen. We talk about Vulf all the time, and what better way to just document it all as things happen, right?
No, I think you nailed it. I think this is the perfect way to go about this, and that this is the kind of the perfect mission to have to actually make something like this. This is something that adds and contributes to the greater kind of Vulf lore, in a sense. One of my favorite things about Vulf is the lore surrounding it and the larger conversation around everything in the community about it. And I think this is a wonderful way to kind of step in.
Also, we couldn't believe it didn't already exist. So,
Yeah, that's
we
interesting.
had to
exactly.
create it for ourselves.
To make it a little bit better. This is our first forge into podcasting land, and
Not having a baby next door might be a
Oh, is that what that is?
good
true.
for future episodes.
Oh.
But we
I had
are
no
moving
idea.
soon, so that's on the horizons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there has been news in the Vulf land today, as March 1st, 2019. now.
2019.
2019. We got the Jodart bass. It's $2,000. They had 50 available. Sold out in an hour.
Wow.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm processing. No, I think that's amazing. I think that shows kind of, there again, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but there's something crazy about seeing Vulf's success and the greaterment around just like being a part of kind of what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, the fact that they create avenues for that, and the fact that they create avenues in it for a way that is kind of like businessy. It's interesting in like a business sense. As far as like
Entrepreneurial.
yeah, and this is another example of that, and it's a really cool example of that. And it seems like they get more and more ambitious with everything they do, and this is just one of those new cool things that they're and it worked again to success. It's kind of amazing to see. It's unpredictable for me. It's predictable in hindsight, but I would have never thought, oh yeah, they're doing this with Joe Dart's bass. Like that's going to happen.
No, definitely. And it's actually
You're not versatile.
is actually one of the, if I wind this back a little bit, it's one of the first times. It's one of the first times we actually hear Joe Dart's voice.
That are on this
Whoa.
bass right now.
That's impossible.
You're right.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a flat wound string.
I mean, that's what I thought Joe Dart sounded like. Regardless, I don't think I've heard his voice.
I mean,
No, he doesn't speak.
I want more bass. I want more bass in his voice, even though it's exactly what I thought, but just more bass.
Yeah.
Just more bass.
Yeah.
That,
Do you know how many were made of these?
50.
50. Okay.
50 of these basses. Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, my data is only according to other posts on the Vulfpeck, but it said it was sold out within an hour. So
I believe it.
Now are they gonna like make more and like to go re-up, stock up again?
I don't know
Or is
if
it limited
Music Man
edition?
had more behind that than Vulfpeck did. Probably, I would assume.
Well, what else
That
could
it's
they?
more the company than Vulf.
Yeah.
But why are we buying it through Vulf.com, Vulfpeck.com, as opposed to MusicMan.com? Because it's not on their website. The Joe Dart bass.
Yeah. Also interesting that Joe Dart's sort of leading the charge in terms of like Vulf merch,
Yeah.
Right.
kind of with the bass, the bobblehead. He's definitely. I mean, I may be missing something here, but I'm seeing less Woody options as far as like being a Woody fan. I want to buy. No, I'm just kidding. But
I know. Like, yeah.
it's interesting. They're going full in with. I mean, it kind of. I think it shows the kind of Joe Dart's larger contribution to the music scene that he sort of like
Right.
is a conversation out. I mean, I think
he's
that they all
actually-
should be conversations outside of Vulf, but you do like intents and purposes. Like Joe Dart is kind of a star of the show, and it's interesting to kind of see that come out as like a charge in the merch world.
Is he the only one of them that has been, like, actually voted one of the best in the world at what they do? Because even though you want to give Jack and Corey and Theo and all of them that same acclaim, really no one has at least been recognized in that way before.
Yeah, but who's
And-
going for it?
right?
You know, like the thing is like Joe Dart. He's kind of showy, and they've known it, and they've known it since the early videos. The way that they kind of feature him, the way that they've known about that, that
He has
head
a
bob.
presence.
Yeah, he has. Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Very
thank you.
strong
Thank you.
personality and presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that it's an interesting group because you see everybody go off and accomplish essentially what they want to. That Jack has everything about, and I'm sure that there's an episode in your head about everything Jack.
Right.
But Jack goes his route, and the amount of stuff that peripheral members like Corey are accomplishing are insane too. And
Right.
And so, but it's interesting. This is kind of the Joe Dart stardom of it, the personality, the presence behind that.
Right.
That's that route.
They're coming to a point as a group where they can not only produce music and albums as products, but products as products. Right? Like we're not just doing music or albums or this. We're doing bobbleheads. We're doing like going into the merch, like making merch like scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Like bands used to do, right?
Yeah.
Because like you used to have all these like band tour shirts and like things you would get as momentums in the 70s when Zeppelin and all these other bands were coming through, and like something my dad would show me, right? And now we're going through we're going through that old era where we can grab those trinkets and show it, and it feels like that old era.
Yeah.
It feels like we're back there.
Yeah, and it demands engagement. It's
Right.
like you said, like this stuff, it's all temporary, but it's all in the moment. And so you pick up on it, and now you, like, if you manage to actually grab one of these things and be a part of it in this way, then that's going to keep you around because now you're a part of it. Now you have something physical to show that, like, I am a part of this community, that I'm in the Vulfpeck. And
Right.
and-
Like you're among
Yeah.
like-minded people.
Right. So it's this weird, like, it's happening right now. It demands you right now, and it also keeps you for next time, and it's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's weird how successful a band could be so quickly. Like, I mean, I know they've been at it for 2010, 20, like
Yeah, I've seen some early like USC college kegger party
Yeah.
like backyards.
old stuff.
Yeah.
So like, almost a decade, right? It's like it's that decade of just putting your head down, making art, trying to see what sticks, like Mushy, like all those other things that he does, Speaking of Mushy,
Oh yeah.
last night, oh my God, Mushy show
We
at
saw
the
Mushy
at the
in the
Satellite.
actual flesh.
Yes, we saw Dr. Morris Krongold in the flesh, and he was being interviewed by one of the members of the Cooties, which is a very funny live band,
Okay.
as opposed to a non-live band. And yeah, he was interviewed for a good 20 minutes. Let me cut this right here and bring it up. Actually, I recorded some of the set, and I know like somebody would have shared this in the Vulfpeck anyway, so like might as well just put it in the podcast.
Great interviews, you fucking get it. But tonight we have perhaps one of the most special interviews that I haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, it's going to be extraordinary, and if you're there on the side, I feel like the bulk of the audience is kind of quivering on the side hatch. You can make your way to the middle part.
Which is also the name of the Cooties' first album.
Yeah,
Quivering on the Side Hatch.
That's excellent.
That's right. We wanted to release that information here tonight. This guy's smart. And
God, that guy's fucking cool.
this is going to be unbelievable,
Where's
guys.
Mushy?
We have a live interview with one of the most incredible people on the fucking planet.
Yep. Dr.
Dr.
Boris
Mushy Krongold. So put your hands together.
This was such a good show, man. Such a good show.
I believe it.
That's our stupid smirks.
I'm the snorter.
The snorter, yeah. He's approaching the mic.
He's in a red bomber jacket with white stripes.
Tarnished.
Okay.
Smear. There's a smear against my name right now. We're gonna clear it tonight. There's a smear in the back.
There's no smear in the back, Dr. Krongold. Hi, how's everyone doing tonight? Just okay. Honored to be here
With
interviewing
a fog machine, by the way.
a man of this magnitude. Now, some of you may not be familiar with the impact Dr. Mushy Krongold has had on your life and the history of the world, but we're going to dive right in. Who is Dr. Morris Krongold?
I was a very important psychologist through the 50s and 60s. Published a very seminal. I was on a tear there in the late 60s. No stranger to controversy, and currently there are simultaneous docudramas tarnishing my reputation, and I am out traveling the nation. No web, no social, people to people, clearing my name, comma, my ass is the book.
Right,
He's selling them.
he has a book out now, folks. If you haven't picked it up yet, it's called "Clearing My Name, comma My Ass." And, it is.
Sean Penn.
Oh man.
Whoever was
So that was a little snippet of the show last night. Need not us to, enthrall you in all of the 20 minutes of it, but that's what it was like. It was very fun, very interesting night with Dr. Morris Krongold.
And so on the actual bill of the show, it just says the Cooties. Maybe there's another band in the middle there, and then Dr. Mushy Krongold.
It was basically as mysterious as Jack is. Basically, like online, it was like the Cooties with special guests and with Jack Stratton of Vulfpeck. And it was just like as Dr. Morris, it was like all these descriptors, right?
And so he gets up and does this interview,
and then he gets up into
which outside of the circle, nobody's really expecting.
Right, exactly.
No.
Yeah. Because there was also a stand-up comic that opened, it was just a part of the like
that's
opening.
great.
Right.
Oh, that's
And they're also a comedy
free.
band. Like they do music, but it's like comedy.
oh, so it's on
Music.
brand. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. When you
Yeah,
said
it
you were
was-
going to this thing. This is not what I would have guessed, but this looks amazing. This
I
looks
know.
really fun.
Yeah, I was racking my brain really as to like what's going to happen. So we walk in there at first,
He
and
was
then-
there. He was
was-
not behind the stage.
Yeah.
Like behind, he was mingling.
He's a very humble man. Just everyman.
Just talking.
Mr. Jack Stratton.
Just
Just
by
an
the bar
everyman.
talking.
I'm not a genius. I'm not a god. I'm
he's
like
just-
you.
Just talking
you
to
know?
his friends.
Yeah.
He's figured out every way that he wants to express whatever he wants to express. So he's just kind of
happy.
Content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of amazing.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting because like when it's egoless when you're doing something like that, because it's not like you're not expecting this mushy guy to be like Bono. Like he's never, you know what I mean? He's not gonna top the charts, you know, on like comedy albums.
It's a
like,
hobby.
hey, I would love for that to happen. You know, I love the guy, love Mushy, but it's just like it's going like, okay, Vulfpeck is the flagship, but like what are these little where can the ship port for a sec?
Yeah,
you know, and kind of explore whatever's there, and then just leave, you know, and that's Mushy. That's Mushy to me. It's like the fizz of like when you crack the soda can, the fizz pops out.
There you go, nice.
You know, it's just like you got the main car, you got the main little engine there. You pop it up.
Are we going?
Yeah, I don't know where we're going.
Well, it sounds like it was a great show.
You know, you got to take chances in life. And if you don't take chances, you know, you end up in the same place where I'm at right now.
If I learn nothing from Mushy. Or how to clear your name.
Oh, man.
Tarnished.
Schmid. Anyway, this is a very enticing podcast. Let's keep it going. This MSG stuff.
Crazy.
People buying tickets for double, triple, quadruple, sextuple.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
You got yours?
No.
We were going to. But
Yeah?
then got a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the day of, you're like, oh yeah, I can try it. Like you're like, no.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm happy for them. I'm really happy that. I mean, I never expected for them to do MSG this soon, let alone maybe at all.
It's pretty amazing. I'm sure they are stoked. I know it's the only thing I read on it from any of them was Corey's take on it, and seeing as Corey was making videos about dreaming on getting on that jumbotron back in last summer. It's a pretty big deal. It's always fun to see it kind of come full circle like that. Like it's not just MSG; it is like it's MSG for them.
It's MSG.
Yeah, no, nobody could see that. I'm agreeing.
All right. Well, I think that'll cover the episode 1 of the Conscious Club podcast. It's been a great time. Just want to say, hey, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, wow. I just want to say, wow. You have like nerves of steel. I want to say, and patience that goes beyond comprehension.
You're a true fan.
You are a true fan. Yeah. Daniel?
Oh, I was going to say, and a love for Vulf, which we all share. A true fan, indeed.
True. Signing off now. This is MC Lynchpin. Signing off.
This is Victoria signing off.
And DJ, until next time.